Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the 49 Invincibles Podcast. I have my man Kalim as usual, Zuhum will join us in between the show somewhere. So let me say hi to Kalim first. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Not happy about the other night, but everyone's calling me negative and Mr. Positive, so I try.
We'll hear your thoughts on the game, and obviously our Benfica guest, second time on the channel. I think the last 2 days we've done like almost 4 shows, something crazy like that. So how are you, Luis?
I'm good. Yeah. I think I'm a little bit more happier. A little
Yeah,
bit happier than Callum.
yeah, we can tell. We can tell. We can tell. Like since yesterday, we can definitely tell. So we'll be reviewing the Benfica Arsenal draw for the first part of the show, and then in the second part, we'll be previewing the City Arsenal game with Callum and Zoom coming on later. So let me just ask you first question, Luis, before we get started. What was your prediction for the game before the game started? Before you saw the lineups, what was your prediction?
Before I saw the lineup,
Yeah,
I didn't expect us to have that sort of formation. I was very negative because we just haven't been playing great football, and it's been like that for a few months now. I didn't know what to expect from the lineup, which obviously gave me that sort of anxiety, like who's he going to play, what's going to happen. I didn't know, obviously, if you guys are playing two strikers with like Azete coming in, maybe. I didn't know if you guys were going to have. Well, I didn't expect to have Shaka for sure, but that's a different story.
yeah,
I was thinking, I'll be honest with you. I was thinking I wouldn't mind getting a lucky win or a draw, and just like having a team like sort of feeling each other, and then next game know what we're doing, sort of thing. I would have rather had a 0-0. Obviously, you got the away goal, which means we have to score now. I think I mentioned that with you in the last spot.
yeah.
0-0 first leg, and then like a cheeky 1-1 away for us, and we would have gone through.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Last season, we had a better advantage than we had this season. Last season, in the round of 32, we won 1-0 away to Olympiacos. And we were thinking the same thing here, as long as they don't score next game, we can score one goal and everything will be up. And we actually went to that game defensive, and we actually didn't score a goal. And this guy scored like in the final 10 minutes of the game, and it became 1-0. And we went to extra time, and then we got our goal finally. And then they scored again. So basically, they beat us 2-1 at the Emirates. So I'm usually scared of these scorelines. I'd have preferred a 2-1 win or a 3-1, two away goals at least, because you never know.
Yeah.
If you guys get an early goal, you have 80 minutes to get another one from a corner, from a penalty, and then all of a sudden we are having to score 3 goals. So
yeah.
Callum,
true.
what's your prediction?
What prediction in the game before?
Yeah,
I wanted us to batter them. Like I wanted us to go into the second leg and not be scared for once that they're gonna get a goal, and it's not what I expected. I wanted us to play well against Benfica and play poor against Leeds. I would take that any day because the league is done. Do you know what I mean? I want to win the Europa League, so I was expecting a battering, but it didn't happen. So
yeah. Both teams are coming to the game with mixed form. I think Luis' team had drawn with Nacional. They'd lost to Sporting, but we had a couple of wins here and there, including Estoril in the cup. Same for us. We had lost the cup. We won a couple of games against Leeds and drew with Palace. So mixed form for both teams. So, Luis, I want you to take us through your starting lineup. Is it what you expected? The formation, the tactics, is it what you expect?
It's not what I expected. It is what I wanted, though. I wanted a 3-4-3. I wanted a 3-5-2, something of the kind. 3 centre backs, a left wing back and a right wing back. And that's exactly what he picked. Like that was our lineup. I was super excited when I saw the lineup. I was like, okay, well, we can do something with this. I would have changed only 2 players. I wouldn't have started Molschmidt on the left, and I wouldn't have started Pizzi. I would have gone for a little bit more pace right off the bench with Rafa and potentially Everton or Servi instead of Luka Waldschmidt. But I was happy with it. I didn't expect it. I thought he was going to play safe and go for a 4-4-2, a boring 4-4-2, just keep the ball and try not to concede. When the way the game played out sort of disappointed me a little bit because it felt more like a 5 at the back than I'd want it. I know I get it. It's 5 at the back, but I'd want to see more like sort of. I want us to try and go forward. Didn't see anything from Grimaldo trying to go forward apart from the 45th minute when he has a chance to score. Gonçalves on the right was decent, but I don't think they were attacking as much as I'd want them to attack. Pizzi didn't have an amazing game. I think the best players we had really were the centre backs. The rest were pretty quiet, I guess.
Yeah. The guy was making his debut, right? One of the centre backs.
Lucas Verissimo. Yeah, I actually mentioned you about. I said, will he play? Maybe. I hope he does. I don't think he will. He did. So obviously, I've got to be happy about that one.
Okay, and then Callum, what did you make of our squad?
Well, I was happy. The only thing I wasn't happy with is Smith Rowe. And my point, I think I would have played Pepe because I don't know why Pepe's just been freezed at the team like that when he's been playing so well. Maybe put one bad game you out. So that's the only thing I would have changed. But that team is pretty solid. You know, I was thinking the only one that was scaring me was Xhaka. Do you know, Xhaka has them games, you know, that could cost, and he almost did. So, and Bellerin maybe, but I was thinking Tini should have played and Cedric right back. But other than that, it's the team what I expected really. Of them two.
Oh, come on. Bellerin played okay.
Oh, Jesus.
In the first half especially.
He played as a footballer. He played what his job is. You know, for once, he played what he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not giving him... I don't want to give a guy props when you're doing your job. And he still wasn't that good, really. You wasn't really attacking our right side that much. If you did, he would have been... There was one time when, I think Tarat, he turned Bellerin. Tarat. From QPR to he looks massive now. He looks like to be stuffing in McDonald's, He turned Bellerin like he was nothing. What's that about? Jesus.
Yeah. Let me ask the Benfica fan, would you take Bellerin in your team for, let's say, £15 million?
No. Like, if it was like, I'll be honest with you, right? If it was like sort of one of those end of contract guys and we can get him on a free and his salary gets like reduced to like peanuts, okay, I'll take him. But first of all, I believe in the academy and I want to see more of those kids come up. Also, it's Bellerin. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need like you know, there are other players that I'll definitely take like that, especially even for 50 mil. I'll go, yes, I'll have him right now. But Bellerin, not the one, I'm afraid.
Okay, so Callum, what did you expect when the game started? Did you want us to go for it immediately, try and get some goals, or try and keep it tight fast?
I wanted to go and get some goals. Just go. We can do it. We've done it against Wolves. We did it against Leeds. You know what I mean? We can do that. But we just was slow in our build-up. It was just slow. And I didn't... And Aubameyang, Jesus. Oh, my God. He score a hat-trick against Leeds, but when we actually need him to score, he don't score. He can't score sitters. So it's madness. I wanted us to just go there, finish the game off. Do you know what I mean? And then second leg, we can relax instead of biting our nails, which we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? Because we know what we're like. So, yeah.
In the first 20 minutes, Louise, not even 20, 28 minutes, I was trying to check out what color jersey Leno was wearing our goalkeeper, because I'd not seen it for 28 minutes. The ball did not go to that other side for the whole 28 minutes. So, were you happy that the game was just 0-0? Or is that how you expected your coach to approach the game?
You cut off a little bit there, so I don't know if I got everything, but like, sorry, can you is that right if you say it again? Because like, I don't know if it was your mic that got some static.
You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you fine now. Yeah.
Yeah, in the first 28 minutes, you did not like have the ball. I did not see our goalkeeper at all. I did not even know if he had a goalkeeper. He could have been sleeping because he didn't have the ball on that other side. So, is that how you expected the game to pan out in the first 28 minutes? Or are you just happy that it was 0-0?
No, I no, not at all. Especially after seeing the formation, I think we were very complacent. We came on and we just didn't feel like we wanted to play. I don't know if it was some sort of mind game where we're going to come on and not do nothing for the first half an hour, or even realistically the first half. And then we got to come out of the box looking stronger. Not strong, but stronger. I mean, I think within the first 30, 35 minutes, you could have been 3-0 up. That would have been it. That's done. That's us out, you know. And we spoke about this before. Like, Aubameyang was one of those players that I was very scared about. And he comes out and he he gave us a draw realistically, because like you score those 3 goals, and obviously we have to change. We have to do something about it.
Yeah.
It could have been even worse. Like, you know, you could be seeing like a 5-6-0, because obviously after conceding 3 goals, you have to react, right? You can't just sit back and, you know, and do the same. So it could have been it could have been a completely different story. And
Yeah.
I was surprised that we're so complacent. I'd say that, but I was happy. I had to be happy with a 0-0 at half time, seeing as Aubameyang missed at least 2 sitters and a few chances.
Yeah, Callum, which of those 3 chances like frustrated you most? Was it the first one to make it 1-0 early in the game, or is it the one to take us 2-1 ahead? Both of them, the one he shot off target, or is it the one that he didn't shoot at all and he was trying to cut back to his right?
It was the one when he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and he came in and he slotted it, and I thought it was a goal. He hit it too far wide, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. I'm like, you just slot that in. It's a simple, if that was anyone else, I'd say I want a Aubameyang on that.
Yeah.
And he slotted it wide. I couldn't believe it. I looked away. I thought, goal. Man, he does this, man. It winds me up, man. Jesus Christ.
Already celebrating, right? You're already celebrating.
I was celebrating because he scored a hat-trick. I thought his confidence is up. That's a goal. You know what I mean? That's a goal. I think he thought that was a goal, but Jesus Christ, man. It's madness. I knew when that happened, I was like, it's not a day.
Yeah, I'm guessing you were not happy. So as you said, Louise, you're happy. You're surprised that he missed those chances, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, the same play that Callum is talking about. I remember thinking, and then you know when you go like, oh, it's 1-0, and then you look, it's like, wait, he missed. Oh, okay. And then I'm like, wait, hold on, how did he miss that? And I remember like they showed it like 3 times, like different angles. And I'm thinking, yo, it doesn't matter how you're gonna show that. That's, you know, that is bad. You know, there's no way, there is no angle that is going to make it look less worrying. You know, you can't miss those. I mean, if that was us, I'd be like, you can't give that away. Like, that would have been like Grimaldo, for example, the 45th minute. It wasn't even half a chance. It wasn't even half as good as that. I was annoyed that he didn't just go just smash that. It's the 45th minute. You score this goal and everything changes, because you go into the dressing room thinking, well, we outplayed them, but we're losing 1-0. How did that happen? You know? So, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Players sometimes they lose it.
Unfortunately for you, or for Callum, and fortunately for you, I have it on screen right now. Surely you think that's a goal, honestly. That is the easiest chance, Callum. And I've seen Lacazette missing plenty of these chances as well throughout the season. That must be concerning for our strikers.
Oh my God!
You can't tell me it's because of confidence. Surely you can't tell me that's because of confidence tapping from like 2 yards. Yeah,
and one of us could have tapped that in. You know, it's not that hard. It's like on target. That's a goal because of the momentum. You know, when you're running onto it. So it's ridiculous, man.
Do you think Saka should have tried it? Saka.
Yeah, Saka would have scored that. If he would he would have scored that 100%.
Because in that picture is right in front of Aubameyang. So do you think he should have tried to take it fast?
I think he should. I think Aubameyang shouted to it, innit? But he must have said something to Saka. That's why he left it. But I think Saka should have went for it. That'd have been a goal.
Okay. And what would you have done with this?
Oh my God!
If you were the striker,
I thought he was going to lob him. That's what I thought. I thought he was going to lob him, but I don't know. Maybe it's the confidence thing. He's still not confident. I don't understand. He scored goals for fun his whole career. Jesus, I don't know. There's something wrong with him this season. I wish I know. It's scary because he's our top. When he's on form, we win games. Do you know what I mean? We win games, and when he's not on form like this, we have to look to the other players like Lacazette to score goals, and he's not too reliable, is he? So I don't know. We're looking at Saka, innit? Saka's a golden boy. So
yeah, and I've seen him score such kind of chances so many times. Newcastle a few weeks ago, Everton on his debut. So surprisingly, Luis, halftime 0-0. What changes would you have made?
Before I go on to that, let me just say something. Yeah. You said about Aubameyang lobbing the keeper. I believe that that's what he wanted to do, or at least that was his first instinct. The thing is, you've got a 6'5" keeper in front of you, and that might have he might have got a bit shy right at the end. That's the only reason I can see this guy missing that goal. because he might have thought, oh, I'm going to lob him. And when you see this guy, it's like, wow, he's actually a little bit taller than I thought. All right, I'm going to try and put on my right foot.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You can't change your mind, within like a millisecond. You need to go for it. And I didn't realize Elton was out so far. It was far out. Like, so it would have been easier to lob him. I think he just shied away, and it could be confidence. Although the guy just scored a hat-trick against Leeds, so that should be dealt with.
Do you think it's because of that, or is it because he had missed 2 chances and he was trying to be too careful?
If I'm honest with you, mate, I think he has a soft spot for Benfica, mate. Because when he played for Dortmund, he missed like 3 sitters, the exact same thing. And then on the away leg, when we went to Germany, he turned up big time. So that's probably what you can hope for. I believe he scored a hat-trick. Yeah, we lost like 4-0. Yeah, it was one of those days. Yeah, exactly. So
Deja vu?
we won 1-0. We won 1, but we did win 1-0 against Dortmund at home. But then we went away and lost 4-0.
I'm loving such kind of stats. I wish it could happen twice. I'd love that. Imagine if he actually scores a hat-trick again. And basically, we're not at home, but I think that is the best thing I've had today. I think that is the best thing I've had today. So what did you have changed with your team at halftime? Because Everton was on the bench and a few players, Silva.
Yeah, halftime I would have taken out Luka Walsmith and I would have put Servi on, not Everton. Servi, and that was it. That would have been it. I would have just done the 1 sub. I would have waited for Pizzi. I would have kept Pizzi on for a little bit longer, and then I would have taken him out for Rafa. And then we'll see whether how the game unfolds. But I wouldn't have taken Pizzi out right at half time, because he can change the game with a free kick, with a set piece, with a well taken corner. So I would have waited, but I definitely would have put Servi instead of Everton, just because you probably haven't even heard of Servi a lot, which is good. That's why, because you wouldn't expect him. It's like, who's this guy? And he's just a very fast paced kid, very short. He's like 5'6", I think 5'5". I don't even know. And him and Grimaldo have been in Benfica for many years, and I think that's what Grimaldo was missing, was somebody that could sort of play with him a bit more. And he didn't have that in Luka, because Luka and Grimaldo never played together in these positions. They've played together, but they didn't have to like sort of play together as combined together. With Servi, they would have done 1-2. Servi can defend. Luka can't really defend. I think Luka came out at half time. I didn't even see anything from the kid. Nothing at all.
Yeah. Callum RK says Pepe should have played. Did you have started him?
Yeah, I should have. I don't understand Arteta's mentality. I would have played Pepe over Smith Rowe 100%. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand Mikel Arteta's mentality when it is Pepe plays 1 bad game out of 6 and you drop him, but then you play Xhaka and Bellerin and they play bad multiple games and you still play them. I don't understand that. He has favourites, and Pepe's obviously not his favourite unless Pepe's bagging in 2 goals and assists every single game. Do you know what I mean? And I think Pepe could have shined in this game with his trickery, skill, pace. Do you know what I mean? He could have gave more than what Smith Rowe. I don't think Smith Rowe can play on the wings. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit quiet and he's tired. I think he's a bit tired now. So give him a little bit of break. Even Martinelli on the left. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Luis, your coach Jesus, does he have any favorites in the team?
I wouldn't say so. He had. It seemed that way like a month ago when Everton used to play every game, and Otamendi used to play every game. Now we look at it, and there's not really any other players to put there, to be honest. And he's benched Everton a few times, like against Arsenal and a few other games. I don't think he has any favorites. I'll be honest, unless I'm forgetting about someone. We've seen so many players this season. Like at one point he was playing Gabriel a lot in the middle, which then I think he realized, that we can't do this. We keep losing the ball. So I think if he had any favorites, he had to learn the hard way by losing lots of games and having the fans, go up to his house and throw rocks at his windows.
If I'd go to Benfica right now and have a survey for all the fans and ask who's your favorite player, who do you think will get the most votes?
Right now?
The best playing Benfica, favorite player for everyone.
It'd probably be Weigl,
Hmm.
or it would be maybe Otamendi, just because they've been consistent. You know, it's not they're amazing. They're okay. They're good, and they've been good. You know, I mean, Otamendi came on. I think he gave away 2 penalties, got 2 reds in the first like 3 games. We're like, what is this? But he settled
Yeah.
down. I think there's some Ifikishas in the chat. They can let me know. But I think Weigl and Otamendi have to be the favorites right now. Yeah.
Otamendi, as I told you guys yesterday, he used to be a calamity in the Premier League. The City fans didn't like him, and every time he played, you'd feel like you had a chance to beat Manchester City. And Pep Guardiola is very quick in selling players he doesn't like, and he got rid of him very quickly and took Diaz very, very quickly. So the second half starts, and Callum will give away a penalty. Do you blame Smith Rowe for that, or do you think it's unlucky?
I don't think that was a penalty. It came off his chest and then hit his hand. I don't know how that's a penalty. And the ref had it out for us in that game because there was like 7 offsides and 5 of them weren't offside.
Yeah, I noticed that. I watched the game and I noticed that. Yeah.
I'm like, what they had to get us offside again? I don't know, but I don't think that was a penalty. It was impossible. How's he meant to move his hand if it's hit off his chest that quick? It's physically impossible, I think. So shouldn't have been a penalty. I don't think so, but I'll take it if it was on the other side.
So, Luis, you've not received any penalty in your league this season, right?
Not one.
Here comes Arsenal for you guys, and you get a penalty. And I told you definitely get a penalty in an Arsenal game. Obviously, your first penalty of the year, I reckon. So, who did you want to take the penalty? Same guy who scored it. He's your regular penalty taker every day.
He's a penalty taker. He had the interview at Benfica TV, and he said that he's been taking lessons. He's been taking lessons with Bruno Fernandes. And I don't know if you saw, but he took a penalty. Bruno Fernandes.
He took the hop.
Yeah, the little hop. Yeah, I agree.
I did see it. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I agree with Callum. This is where I sit with you, Callum. In my honest opinion, I don't think it's a pen. The issue is that the new rules are wrong. The new rules, when you look at the new rules, that is a pen. But in football, there shouldn't be a pen, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Because otherwise, you're going to have to start playing like this. Like, literally, you can't run. You have to play like this, right? So I think it's not the fact. I think it is a pen, because the rules are not made the right way. Because we've conceded penalties like that in Portugal for every day. You cross the ball, I've got my arm like this. The ball hits my shoulder, hits my foot, goes back into my arm, penalty. I'm like, what's going on here? But it's unfortunate. I'll give you that. It's very, very, very unfortunate. And I don't think that was probably our best sort of football we were playing. And we got the penalty. Would we score if we didn't get a penalty? I'm not sure. We did look decent at that time, but he scored within like 2 minutes, and that really killed us. I think if he didn't score, maybe we could have had some momentum. But you were great. You came out of the box and went, no, we got to kill this now, and boom. It took like 2 minutes, not even that.
Yeah. Hi, Zohom. That is Luis, the Benfica fan, very passionate. Also Mr. Positive, unfortunately. So Zohom, right on time. Was it a penalty on Smith Rowe? Should it have been a penalty?
Like Luis said, I mean, it is a penalty. Based on the new rules, you can't have any complaints. I saw it, and I thought to myself, surely not, because on first look, it looked like he didn't necessarily have his arm in an unnatural position, but apparently he had. So yeah, it is a penalty, and I think he's right as well. Despite the penalty, I don't think we would have conceded. We didn't necessarily give them too many chances. I think defensively we were quite solid. There was a few scary moments though, a couple rather. One where some napped was better than them, and then Ceballos had to clear it. I thought that might have been a penalty as well, because it looked like maybe he cleared it with his hand or something like that. But
that was so annoying from Xhaka.
The fact that we scored two minutes right after 2 minutes,
Yeah. So let me give you the next question. After you consider that goal, obviously maybe you panicked a bit. Did you want the substitutions to come in immediately? Who did you want to come on?
Say that again? Are you talking to me?
Was it?
Sorry.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
Which subs would you have brought in after we conceded?
Yeah. So in terms of the subs, I was quite disappointed because I thought we needed some life. I thought we needed some energy. Like he said, they were building momentum, and even after the 1-1, they still helped. They still did well to steady the game and not allow us to build momentum. So they held the ball in good moments and whatnot. But Martinelli, Pepe, they should have come on a bit earlier. Emil Smith-Rowe, it would have been good to sub him off and give him a breather just before the Man City game, because I'd imagine he's going to start again. So disappointed with the timing of the subs, and I don't think the subs really got a chance to get into the game. And I think that's part down to Benfica themselves and part down to us as well. So disappointed still.
Yeah. Who's your number 49, Louis?
Talat.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I remember you told me in the preview that he throws his hands too much.
Yeah, he plays like this. It stumbles a lot.
Yeah.
Has he ever picked up a red card?
That's all right,
Don't think so. He's picked up a lot of yellows for little things like that. I don't. Has he ever picked up? I don't think he has picked up a red. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I feel like he has, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I still remember there's a time he scored against us at QPR. All days, I couldn't believe you're going to face him again. And clearly, you also have some fans there, Luis.
No, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea.
So Zoom, I'll give it the next one again. 2 minutes later, some neat work from Odegaard, Cedric with the cross, Saka with the goal. What impressed you most? The through pass from Odegaard? Was it the composure of Cedric or the finish of Saka and the positioning?
I think because we've been starving for such a pass for such a long time. I think it's definitely the pass from Odegaard. And it wasn't just that one. I mean, there were a number of passes that set back Benfica. We pushed them further into their own half. And maybe we should have capitalized on one as well. There was a chance that he gave Aubameyang. So it was mostly Odegaard's pass from the goal that really impressed me, along with the other passes that he made during the game. I thought he was brilliant, and we're going to need more of that. We're going to need through passes, a number of through passes per game to stretch defenses, to peg them back and create chances, just put them in awkward positions where you can create a bit of confusion, But the fact that we have that now, and hopefully he looks like he's settling in quite quickly to the Premier League and certainly to the Europa League. I mean, he looks like he was having fun out there. So definitely Odegaard, man.
So Callum, the last 2 games Odegaard has started. Yes, there's a time he used to create like 1 chance in an entire game, but recently I think against Leeds we created more than 10 chances, and yesterday we created like 5 very good chances. So is it very important not to get too attached to him, not to build the team around him, because he's going to be here for another 2 months? Or do you think just let him play every single game, even if we get too attached?
I'd say just let him play. If he's playing well and going to help the team, do you know what I mean? Play him. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll take all the help we can get the rest of this season. Jeez, you know what I mean? If he can turn into the Ozil that should have been, then let him go. Do you know what I mean? I'll welcome in for 2 more months. You know what I mean? If we win the Europa League, I'll clap him away. Back to Real Madrid. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm happy he's playing well.
Yep.
Fair enough. Glenn, I actually have a question for Luis, if I'm not mistaken.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When did Adel Taarabt become a holding fielder? I'd seen a compilation of his of his endeavors, current position, last season, and he was balling out, right? And I always knew he was a bit aggressive. You can tell, just like you stated, he does keep his arms quite high to protect the ball. Then sometimes maybe his finger will go in someone's eye. But I mean, is he a good tackler as well?
He's definitely aggressive. I wouldn't say he's a good tackler because most times he gives away fouls. I think he's playing there. It's not so much that he's good at it. It's more because of JJ. Our JJ, if you guys don't know, he doesn't respect any positions. Our right back, he's not a right back. Obviously, Taarabt is not a holding midfielder. He shouldn't be playing there. Our strikers, especially in the league, are expected to go out to the wing when most of them are, box guys. They're like target men. You got to stay in the box. You're not. You had number Severovic, for example, from Switzerland. He's not a skiller.
Right.
This is the kind of guy you want to sit in front of goal and just shoot. And every time I see him going to the wing, it's like it gives me this pain. It's like my back pain. It gives me back pain. I'm like, why are you doing this, right? So I wouldn't say he's a good tackler. He's obviously aggressive. And I think we're trying to rely on the fact that he's not aggressive, not just aggressive without the ball, but aggressive with the ball. What I mean by that is he's not scared of the one-on-one and try and ping one of those balls to Rafa or to Everton or to Pizzi. And when it works, it's beautiful. When it works, it nutmegs 1-2 players, and there you go, you got Taarabt. When it doesn't work, Weigl is the guy that needs to fix it. And if Weigl doesn't fix it, then you have the 2 centre-backs, or 3 in this case, that need to fix it. And when they don't fix it, it's a goal. It's as simple as that. Because sometimes he loses balls in these weird positions, and you're pretty much giving a goal. You're not giving a goal, but you're giving 70% of a goal.
Right.
Awesome. So my next question for you, Luis, is going to be, after you scored that goal, 1-0, what are you thinking then? Let's park the bus, let's bring in a couple of defenders, or let's go and try and get a second. What are you thinking?
I was excited because, like I said before, I felt like there was some momentum to that. It wasn't like we kicked the ball forward and we got a penalty. We were building. We looked like we were building on. We were starting to cook on gas. And after the penalty, I thought, well, this can only mean that we're going to go for it. Hopefully, Arsenal feel it and think, wow, okay, we've conceded, and maybe we can nick another goal there, make it 2-0, and really put pressure on these guys. I think. And I don't think it's anything to do with luck. I think is that you reacted really well. And however it happened, it doesn't matter. You scored within like a minute and a half, like 2 minutes tops. And I think for you guys, that was really that really worked out well, because I don't know, because obviously I can't tell, but I have a feeling that if you didn't score for let's say 10, 15 minutes, we would have had a ball and we would have been like a lot calmer on the ball. And we would have, Rafa had a lot of sprint in him still. Everton was about to come on, I think we could have really punished because obviously, I think the fact that you scored really, really quickly didn't let us sort of abuse the fact that you now had to attack, because the first attack you did, that was a goal, that was it. But I know if you didn't score, you would have to come out of the box, try and attack even more. That you attacked the whole game, but still. I think we could have. I wanted goals. I was thinking, let's go. Let's cross some balls in. Let's score some goals. But once you score the 1-1, I was thinking, okay, well, now what do we do? Do we try and make it 2-1, or do we try not to concede a second goal? Because if we go to, I was going to say London, but if you go to Greece, Athens, so do I, bro. 2-1 down. That it'd be even worse.
Yeah. Let me take this question from Mari in the chat. There are like 3 questions from that, so I'll take the first one. He says, for the Arsenal fans, how serious will you take City while the league isn't in play? Pride is always a big factor. Do you think Arsenal will rest players against them for the next Benfica match? I actually think he will rest players. I think the plan was Aubameyang to play against Benfica, rest against City, play Lacazette in City, and play Aubameyang for Benfica again. I think Saka will rest. I think Pepe will play on that right position, even though Callum likes him on the left and many of us these days. And I also think Smith Rowe will be rested and Martinelli will start. So the front 3, Saka, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang, none of them will start according to me. I'm expecting him to rest a few players. And then I'll give you, Callum, the next one, which is how serious will you take City? Of course, you don't want to get hammered 6-0 to kill your confidence.
No, I think knowing Arteta, knowing his track record, I have a feeling he's going to take them seriously. He's going to play our full starting lineup. I mean, everyone. He's going to play everyone because he's going to think we're going to get full or something. He's just so deluded. He's just going to think we're going to do something. So he's going to throw everyone out there. He's going to throw all our best players out there. So it wouldn't surprise me if Aubameyang in that play. So, yeah, I think we will take it seriously. And probably, hopefully, we could not get battered. I don't want to go and get battered against them and then be not confident in the Benfica game. That's what I'm scared of. That's why I wanted to batter Benfica in the first leg, because we're playing City next. And you know what Arsenal's players are like, our mentality, when we get battered or lose, all our heads drop and then we feel sorry for ourselves. And I hate that. So let's just hope we don't get battered. And hope we can maybe get a draw or even nick it, get some confidence. So
yeah. Zuhom, have you already given up on the league? Because I haven't, man. Top 6, that's like 6 points away. We have 15 games. After City and Leicester, we have a run of games where we play Newcastle away, Sheffield United away, Fulham at home. Some really good games, like 8 games in a row. If you pick up 6 wins from that, you would be 5th if you actually win your games. So, Zoom, have you already given up on the league?
It's just too many ifs for me, man. I mean, even when we are on form, we still have this stroke of bad luck in us. Like, for example, Aston Villa, Wolves, there's no predicting where you might be able to drop points this season, because it could be VAR, it could be fatigue, it could be injuries. And the thing is, what I feel is the most realistic situation is that if we do try and push for top 6 or top 4 somehow, and we might make a meal out of it, we might cook with a bit of fire and end up 7th or 6th, and that will be fine, except for the fact that you end up in the Europa League again, or even worse, in the Europa League conference. And I don't want to be part of any of those competitions.
What is that, man?
For me, yeah, exactly. So I don't want to be there because I genuinely believe that we need a reset. And that means if we're not in the Champions League by winning the Europa League, then let's just not be in Europe. Simple as. So in my opinion, I know it's a number of games. I think 12 games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but I'm not having it, man. I just don't want Europe anymore. I know it makes a bit of a difference to the coffers a little bit, but see, these guys keep telling us, when Arsenal knock, it's a different kind of knock, right? So yeah, I don't want it. To win what?
So you want our game next week? Because if we win the competition,
no
we're
way,
in Europe.
No. We're in Europe. We're in Champions League. But if it's not Champions League, it's bust.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I get you. I get you. So, by the way, Luis, you said you were cooking with gas. What were you cooking with before? Benfica, what were they cooking with before?
We weren't cooking. We were like, we were trying to get our ingredients together first, we were washing the lettuce, putting that spice on the meat. We weren't cooking yet.
Yeah, but when you play Arsenal and you're not cooking, we'll have the food delivered for you. Unfortunately, that's yeah.
I just Luis reminded me, bro. I actually thought, you know what, this surface isn't the best right now. Whatever pitch we're playing on, not the best. When we go back to the Emirates, it's gonna be a faster, slicker pitch. Then Luis reminded me, no, we're gonna be playing Greece, bro. So there's no guarantee that the pitch is gonna be any better. We just have to take our chances. We can't allow Benfica to win. No offense.
We can't allow it. But I feel like this is like I saw like back in the 70s and 80s, they used to play like a final twice, like first leg and second leg in finals. I feel like this is kind of the same situation. There's no advantage home or away. It's just like 2 games. Let's see who scores the most goals. Basically, that's how it's working. Yeah. So. I think this question is for you, Callum. Ekene asks, why is being optimistic now called deluded?
What, with Arteta?
Arteta finishing top 6, all that.
I think Arteta is very deluded. I think he said last season, FA Cup and 8th place is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. So what's going to happen if we get kicked out of Europa League and finish below 10th or wherever? Below 8th or 8th with no trophy. It's good. It's worse. So he's underachieved himself. So he's telling me and then these non-negotiables and all that rubbish. It's just a delusion. I won't be surprised if when because how good Ceballos has been playing lately, because I'll probably play Partey and Ceballos in that midfield, I'll prefer that, He'll still play Partey and Xhaka. And he'll still play, when Tini's fit, he'll play Bellerin right back and he'll play Tini left back. He won't play Cedric again. He'll keep him on the bench or in the reserves or something. It's delusion. That's why I don't like Arteta.
I want to give Zoom that question about Xhaka because also Luis and Mario in the chat from Benfica after 90, they all don't like Xhaka, but surely Zoom, I have a question. How comes Wenger played him in every single game? How comes Emre joined the club and made him captain and still played him every single game? Ljungberg, when he became coach for 4 games, he changed things. He brought in Nelson, brought in Smith Rowe, brought in Saka, but Xhaka still remained in the team. And Arteta came, and Xhaka remained in the team. Surely 4 managers all wrong about him, because we all don't like him, but all the managers like him.
Yeah, I think it's mostly down to, what are your options? Can't be Joe Willock and Dani Ceballos. In as much as he started playing well recently, we like I said, Xhaka, Ceballos, El Neni. These are all players that play well for 5, 6, 7 games, and then they drop off. So we need consistent performance. And if we want to go back to where we are, we have to move on from Xhaka. Xhaka, bless him, whatever. He said F off to the fans and all that, and he bounced back, and sure, strong mentality and all that, but I'm not having it, man. Yeah, I think they're just choosing him because he was the best of what we had, even during Wenger's time, which was weird. But in as much as he had an okay game, he wasn't that good yesterday. I think the same can be said of someone like Bellerin, or maybe even Dani Ceballos was trying, but didn't really make that impact. So.
But Xhaka was terrible. So, Luis, since we've been asked about City in our weekend's game, I think you're playing a team called Firenze.
Yep.
So, what do you do over the weekend? Do you rest players? Do you play everyone?
We have to an extent. Like, you can see that our players were tired. Everybody was having cramps at the end of the game, and you're playing Firenze, which is you're playing away. So I'm expecting a pitch that is like, smaller than my garden. Potatoes are cultivated. Like, there's got to be potatoes everywhere. There's going to be lettuce everywhere. It's going to be it's going to be a crap pitch. But that's no excuse. I think he needs to rest the likes of Verissimo. Obviously, he can't play. He had one game against you guys. He was absolutely knackered. Maybe rest. Maybe play Gilberto if he's fit now. And play. I wouldn't say play a weak side. Just play a bit more of a slow-paced side, because you don't need that for Firenze. They're 14th in the league. You got to be winning these games. Like, if you're not going to win the game, we'll probably knowing us, we'll probably get a draw. We'll probably draw like 1-1. And be like, yeah, great, yeah. But no, you need to rest them. If we'd won like 1-0, if we didn't get the away goal, I'd be like, you know what? Don't rest too many players. It's fine. We'll just defend and we'll try and get that away goal. But we have to go. We have to come out of the box against you guys now, and we need to score. We need to score early too. Unless you want to play super lucky and count on a 92nd minute winner. I don't know. Yeah. But I would rest.
Good thing for you. You're playing the team in 14th. We are playing the team in first that has won 17 games in a row. It's so far apart right now. So, what's your connection with Tottenham? Do you understand how much you hate Tottenham here? Vertonghen from Tottenham for you guys. You gave them Vinicius. You gave them Fernandes. Taarabt is a former Tottenham player. What's up with this connection with Tottenham? I'm not enjoying it.
I got a Tottenham jersey, the drawer, but so I don't know, man. Honestly, I didn't spend a penny. My friend gave it to me, and I got a Germany top as well, and I've got all these
you're serious?
Yeah. I've got I'm not grabbing the Tottenham one, but I've got a Germany top. I've got a Real Madrid top. I just collect them. I think the connection we went through this on BN90. The connection is called Mendes. Like Jorge Mendes, the agent. He has a good relationship with Mourinho, especially Mourinho has been there lately. It's like a bridge. He's like, you give me this, I'll give you that. I'll buy you dinner, give me a couple million, buy me an island, I'll give you a plane, and Bob's your uncle. It's a business. As much as I don't want to admit it, it is a business. It's all about money. It's who can make the most money, and there's greed, a lot of greed in football. And especially it's growing every day. And if you put it into perspective, Vinny was our top goal scorer, and we loan him out. Like, we don't even sell him; we loan him out. Like, in my opinion, you don't loan players out if you need them, or you're not playing. All right, we go to Tottenham. Like Jetson, he wasn't playing for Benfica, so I didn't agree with it. But okay, fair play. I understand why we loaned him out. But Vinny, he was top goal scorer. Why? Like, what? And then we spent 25 million in the guy that plays in the Segunda B from Spain. The championship in Spain.
I told you I didn't believe how many players you've sold. Di Maria, Bernardo Silva, Joao Felix, Jimenez.
Please stop.
So many
You're hurting.
players.
It's like every time
Matic,
I
so many players.
stab.
At least you do get money. At least you do get money, unlike us, where we sell our best players, Sanchez, Ramsey, for free. So yeah, second leg, Callum. What do you expect in the second leg, and what is your prediction?
I'm expecting a win. You know, I want to win, but I'm scared of that weekend result. Just how it's going to put a mindset. So I hope we win, man. I hope for God we win, because I swear I'm going to be so angry. It's going to be a massacre. You know, I won't deal with it, because it's just I already don't want Arteta, and if he's done worse than he done when he came in. Do you know what I mean? People just call me negative. I don't know. I think I'm positive in my own way. That's why I miss the positive. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I say it to my heart. You know how I feel about this our club right now, and I want us to win, start winning things. Do you know what I mean? We've waited too long. We've waited too many years now. It's getting ridiculous now, and it feels like every season we're going backwards. We're getting worse and worse, and I want us to. And grind out a result. Do you know what I mean? That's all I want. I want to grind out a result, you know, and just this Europa League is probably the hardest one so far. So with the teams in it, so you know,
score prediction. Score prediction. Color. Easy, that is frozen. Let's go to use the home.
All right, score prediction for which game?
Benfica, Arsenal.
Oh, I think we're gonna clap them cheeks. I think we're gonna. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but I think we're gonna win comfortably. No, seriously, Luis. I think you guys are probably gonna get a goal. But on the away leg, rather the second leg, I think we're gonna have Partey back. I'd imagine we're gonna have Partey back, and Tierney would probably start from the get go, which makes a massive difference. So yeah, I'm just hoping and optimistic enough for maybe a 3-1 win.
3-1 win. Wow. Okay, Luis.
Oh man, 5-0. Yes, let's go. No, I'm joking.
Oh my days.
No, I'm joking. No, even close. I don't have good memories from Greece or Olympiacos. Let's not get into it. Apparently, neither have you. You know, but I'll be happy with a 1-0. I know I'm not this kind of person. I'm usually a lot more positive, a lot more like I want to see goals. But I had it come up on a screen today, just now. Sorry, I had like nightmares last night, and every single nightmare was about us losing like 3 or 4-0 to Arsenal, and being really, really, really pissed off and kicking everything and punching everything. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, what was the score again? Like, you know, when you wake up and you feel like it was so real that it felt like it was Friday morning.
Yeah.
And I was already, you know. But yeah, I'll definitely take a 1-0. I'll definitely take a game where we do the exact same thing. We defend. We get a lucky 1-0, and then we defend. We park the bus. We put everybody there and their mothers and their sisters and daughters, and we just block the goal. And we get stupidly lucky because Aubameyang keeps missing. And we probably get given another penalty because it seems that way against you guys. So yeah, I'll take that. You know,
you will get the penalty, unfortunately. Last question from me, in case Zuma has anything for you. If you're to be drawn against Tottenham or Arsenal, which one would you fear most right now?
Me?
Yeah, Tottenham or Arsenal, which one do you think is a better team right now? Very important question, by the way. Be careful with your answer.
No. I honestly do think Arsenal, and the only reason for it is that Tottenham without Kane look weak. And I look at Arsenal and I look at Tottenham, and then I'm looking at the pace, like the way they play, and how many like pace, like fast players you have, and Spurs have. And I mean, I get it. They got Son, and they got great players. I just don't think they're using them correctly, and. Like I said before, half an hour in yesterday, you could have had a 3-0. You know, Aubameyang you guys could be 3-0 up. So honestly, I would rather play. If I could choose, I would probably play Spurs. That might be weird because I believe Spurs are like. This is not a dig, by the way, but are they 9th or 8th? and you guys, I think they're above you in like one position or two positions. So on paper, they're the strongest team, but I don't think they are. I think, especially the way we play, you guys can exploit what we have bad, sort of thing. I don't think
on paper they're the luckiest team, not strongest.
Spurs, yeah, it may be. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I think that without Kane, they can't play. I've watched obviously EPL, and every time I see Tottenham without Kane, it's dead. It almost looks as bad as Benfica. I'm like, Jesus.
Thank you very much for that answer. Good answer. I don't know if you have anything to add before we let you go.
Yeah, we recently saw links, I think, on the Paper Talk, just suggesting that David Luiz might be given a 1-year contract extension at Arsenal, not just as a player, but also as a coach, a player-coach kind of role. Would you take David Luiz as a centre-back next season, Luiz?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love the kid. Obviously, he was a Benfica player for many, many years. He grew up with us. He been in Europe for obviously a long time. PSG, Chelsea, Arsenal now, and it was great experience. And the way I look at it now, you've got Otamendi. He's retiring pretty soon. You've got Jan Vertonghen retiring pretty soon, and you got Vertonghen. Yeah, well, yeah. But and then you got Vertonghen, who he obviously just joined our team. He's 25 years old, looked very decent. It's his first game, so I wasn't expecting a lot from him. I just want him to be solid. And I think, he did what he could do. And I expect to see more of him. David Luiz, I'll take him, again, in my opinion, is more maybe because of like the way I feel about the player or the person more than the player. I don't think he can offer a lot to this team, but then again, neither could Otamendi, and he's been doing all right, And the good thing with David Luiz is that if he has somebody in front of him that could like sort of like Weigl, we have Weigl that sort of like sits with our centre backs. So you give Luiz or David Luiz that sort of freedom to go forward with the ball. I would even play him as a centre defensive midfielder. I would even try that because I can see him playing that position.
Yeah, I always say that. He played there for Chelsea a couple of games.
There you go. So having him there, I don't want him to go forward and score goals. I want him to be the first one, cutting those passing lanes and doing your defensive job. Don't worry about going forward.
All right.
So you said you'd take Bellerin if he was free in the summer. We have a very good defender for you who will be free in the summer. His name is Kolasinac, very, very talented left back. One of the best in the world right now. Physicality, 3 times Grimaldo. He can score goals. Please, we'll give you for free alongside Xhaka. So, man, Luis, thank you very much for coming on.
No, man. Thank you for having me. And man, I hope to be here on Friday going.
I hope you don't. I hope you have a nightmare.
I hope not. But since we've started playing new guys and all the problems you have, similar problems, I'm starting to love Benfica a bit more now. So as I told you yesterday, I'll start following Benfica. So thank you to you, to Mari, and all to the other Benfica fans in the chat. We'll catch up next time, man. Thanks.
All right, guys. Take it easy. See you soon.
See you there, man.
Thank you. So it's Arsenal City this week. Zuhum, Callum. So can we just preview the game for 10 minutes? It is not the best game to play, man. I'll tell you this for sure. This team has 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1. If you check the record against City, it is horrible. So Zuhum, Arsenal, City, do you just rest players and say whatever happens, or do you go for it?
No, I don't think it's as simple as resting players, man. I think you need to find a balance between resting some and making sure you add or replace them with people that are compatible to the system and compatible with the players that are maintaining their positions. So, like, I just want to see a little bit of squad rotation, but effective squad rotation, because I think sometimes what Arteta does with squad rotation could be done a bit better. If for example, if he wanted to give Pepe a run in the game, then play him with someone who's a bit more static up top. Don't play him with Aubameyang. Play him with Lacazette. And if are we really resting players if Gabriel Martinelli starts? I mean, Gabriel Martinelli is arguably one of our best players. So I don't mind players like Gabriel Martinelli getting a start. Kieran Tierney has to start, in my opinion. And if you're resting, I think maybe you rest your central midfielders, but I'd imagine Partey could be available, right?
Yeah,
If Partey
he
is
could be.
available, he
But
could be,
for
yeah. So
15 minutes, for 15 minutes, and then he gets injured again.
maybe 20 odd minutes. I don't know, but I
Tomorrow.
don't see why we shouldn't play, for example, El Neni Ceballos. You know, you should be able to call on your squad and hope that they can play the way you want. At the same time, I just worry, because this is the kind of game that could, like Callum said, this is the kind of game that could knock the stuffing out of you, and before you know it, you're going on some downward spiral in terms of your confidence. And then, if, for example, it's a very realistic situation, this could actually happen. We lose to City, we get battered, or maybe we even lose honorably. But then, because we lost, players take losses and wins differently to fans.
Yeah.
Players can win 1-0 and celebrate the hell out of it. They can lose 1-0 and be gutted about it as well. And that can carry forward into the next game. So I just worry, because how many times have we seen Arsenal be essentially out of all competitions by end of Feb?
Yeah.
Too many times.
So
out
too
of
many times.
yeah. So we have to start. We have to balance the rotation. Just going back to the point, we have to balance the rotation, but at the same time, just make the right decisions in key moments, man.
Yeah. AJ.
Simple as.
Shh, that was a selling tactic. Let him go. Let him take him for free. Don't tell them his contract is expiring next season. Callum Guna Express says Gabriel has been terrible recently. You agree?
I think the last few games he's been all right. I think like just before the red card, about the game, a couple games before he had that red card, he was coming down. I think he was playing rubbish. I think he was making these harsh, like silly mistakes. Do you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous, the things he was doing. And I think it just added up to that red card. And then when he came back, he was doing a few stupid things. And now he started to go back to how he was at the beginning of the season. Do you know what I mean? Just our most sensible defender. Do you know what I mean? Just solid. Do you know, not making silly mistakes, making good passes into the midfield, and do you know what I mean? And fast zippy passes he did it against Benfica, them fast passes in the back. So I think he's been playing well. So I disagree with that, to be honest.
Okay, last two questions on the games. How do we beat City? If you are the manager, do you use the same tactic you used in the FA Cup semi-final? Just play 6-7 defenders and ask Aubameyang to take his chances up front, or what do you do? Do you go for it, score 5-3, or what do you do?
I think we need to start the best players and make sure they're compatible. So, for example, Saka has to start. Gabriel Martinelli, just in terms of team selection, because I don't believe we're gonna have much of the ball. And as much as Emil Smith-Rowe really does work hard, and I know he's been slowing down a bit in the last couple of games, perhaps, but give Martinelli, give Saka the run, and just. You're not going to have much of the ball. So have players who can be good on it once we have it, but also good off of it for most of the game. And I think, Saka has one of the highest tackles in our midfield. If Partey is not available, play someone with more energy. So maybe a partnership of Ceballos and El Neni. Tactically, though, we're gonna have to stretch them, because what they like to do, and what helps them in terms of keeping all these clean sheets and just being so solid, is the way Cancelo and Kyle Walker, or their fullbacks rather, just kind of tuck in to protect the center backs. So we're going to have to stretch them. Once we get the ball, we need to make sure we make use of the channels. Remember when Partey won the ball versus Newcastle and found Aubameyang out on the wing, right?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of Exactly. So those are the kind of phases we're going to need. We can't run through their midfield. And we're going to need to give the ball to Odegaard a lot more than we did versus Benfica. I saw a tweet online where some Arsenal fan was asking, is it just me, or was Bellerin a bit reluctant to pass the ball to Odegaard in various moments? We're going to need to make sure we pass the ball to him, because he can progress us. He can find that little bit of space to make the difference on encounters. when we do have the ball. And I just want us to be brave, man. Too many times we've been, over the last few years, we've been giving too much respect to the opposition, some of these big sides, and I just don't want to see that. And I think with Arteta, we don't see that respect being given to these opponents of ours. So, in my opinion, unlike Callum, he was complaining. I just don't think it's time yet to dismiss Arteta. I don't think we're anywhere near that. Just give him time until he has the right players. You're the biggest critic of some of the players we have, and we could list them and talk about them all night long. But once he has the players that you at some point, when Callum decides, and I'm speaking third person for Callum, once Callum thinks, you know what, these are good players, Arteta should be doing better with these players, or any manager should be doing better with these players. That when you hear those kind of statements, then you start worrying. But right now, everybody's just agreeing. We have players that aren't necessarily good enough. So until then, we just have to weather the storm, and we're probably gonna have to. Yeah, it's not just Callum, I think. And I think we're going to have to weather the storm again on Sunday.
I can see the few in the chat already. The Goon Express, Relentless, HJ90, they all don't like Arteta, so they want him gone.
Yeah, I think too soon, but at the same time, why I hate playing Man City is because it's just one of those games where you're not necessarily on top, You don't, like versus Man United, we mix it. Versus Tottenham, we'll keep it. Versus Chelsea, we'll mix it up and whatnot. But City, Liverpool, you just know it's going to be a long, long day.
Yeah, it's funny that City and Liverpool, I think the last 7 months, this is the fourth time you're playing City. And in the last 7 months, I think when they come to the Emirates, that will be 5 games against Liverpool in like 7 months. I don't enjoy playing these teams. So, Callum, there's a question in the chat. Do you guys think Saka will soon burn out, remembering the uproar when he didn't play in the FA Cup?
No, I think he's getting better and better, Saka. I think he could be one of the best players, probably one of the best English players. Or how we talk of Gaza and all them from back in the day, yeah? I think Saka's going to be one of them because he's special. He's a special player. Like, we are very lucky a player that's come through our ranks and has committed his future to us, because he's class. He can do everything. He can defend. He can attack. He can dribble. He could, he could cross. He could cross the ball. He could shoot. He's got the eye of, He's got the eye for a good pass. I'm wowed by him every time I watch him. So, no, I don't think he will burn. I think he will get better.
Zoom RK says Arsenal should get the first goal. How important is the first goal? In the Carabao Cup match, Gabriel Jesus scored in the first 30 seconds. Surely cannot do that again.
Yeah. No, we need to stop. How many times have we conceded early goals to Man City? And it really just throws everything up in the air again, and it pisses me off so much. What I wouldn't necessarily say that we need the first goal. I'd like to say that we just need to make sure we don't concede within the first 30 minutes and then in the last 5 minutes of the first half. Because that when City have a 1-0 lead, it's just, they'll just keep it. They'll keep it until you're tired, until the fans are tired. And then, eventually once you guys have been lulled into this weird, state of, it's like a weird just state of unconsciousness. You just don't necessarily do anything, and then suddenly bang, second goal in. So we need to make sure we don't allow them to have that. And I think what we have improved with the players that we have right now is we're positionally much more aware. But when you play guys like Bellerin, when you play guys like Xhaka, when you play guys like Ceballos, there's just always that worry at the back of your head, that something could happen. They could mess you up. So yeah, man, let's see. I'm not necessarily afraid of Man City in terms of their press, for example. I think Pep Guardiola is right. He spoke about the way we build out from the back, and they just simply have better players than us. But when they press us, we seem to be able to get out of any press, to be fair, these days. So
Yeah.
hopefully
The magic
we
of
put in a good
Arteta.
performance that we can carry positives. Exactly. We just carry positives into the Benfica game, because that's the most important thing in my opinion.
You can take the next comment as well, because I know you love the business part of Arsenal. Guna Express says Arteta has been brought in to build a philosophy similar to City. Don't have confidence in Vinay, Stan, or Edu to build an effective philosophy. So being the board and bring in Overmars and O'Leary. Do you do that?
Interesting. I think no, I wouldn't, because Overmars would need to come in to a similar role to what Edu is doing, right? And Edu, I'm mostly happy with what he's done so far. Uh, like I said, we took out a lot of players in January, and we didn't bring anyone in, like apart from Odegaard and Matty Ryan, right? And the nature of those signings are on loan, so they're not necessarily a rebuild. The rebuild begins well and truly in the summer. So that's why I'd suggest, the board have come in. I think previously they were very hands offish, too hands offish, in terms of their approach. They realized something was not working, and they went back in. They brought in these people to try and change things up, and I think we're starting to see a few green shoots. And I think Pep Guardiola is right, man. You give Arteta you back him with good players, not necessarily world class players, and I think you should be able to challenge for something a lot more meaningful.
Awesome. Guna Express, if you talk about Arteta and Edu, as usually we'll be here for like 4 hours. So Callum, your team for City, which team would you start?
What for? I'll put Leno in goal, like normal. I'll play Cedric right back. I'll probably go with David Luiz and Gabriel. Tierney left back. Because I want, both them, Tierney and Cedric, they like to bomb up the field. Do you know what I mean? They can put them crosses in, and also they can defend. So, you know what I mean? When is Partey fit? I don't know. Is he fit? If he's fit, I'll play him. Play him with Ceballos. I give him a few. Give him a 10. Give him a first half or something. Take him off. You know what I mean? Odegaard in the number 10. See how he does. Do you know what I mean? Throw him in. I'll put Martinelli on the left. I'll play Lacazette up top, and I'll play Saka on the right. I won't play Aubameyang in this game.
I'd actually play Martinelli up top again. I mean, I think that would be a good shout as well. I mean, I understand why Lacazette. Did you say Lacazette up top? Sorry, I couldn't. Hello? Sorry, I don't think I hear you. Hello? Whoa.
Oh, hello? Can you hear me?
I think something happened in my earphones. Sorry, guys. Did you say Martinelli up top or Lacazette up top?
I'll put Lacazette up top, Martinelli on the left.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean,
and also I think because where Tini likes to bomb down the field. If you ever, I think in Martinelli, because he's a right foot, he comes in a bit more as a bit like a second forward sometimes, or he likes to come drift in a bit more, so it gives Tini that length of the pitch, just to run down and hit them crosses in. I think that Tini prefers that, so you see how he does like that with him there. So I think they'll play well.
okay. Sorry, I don't think my earphones are working. Hello?
No, I don't think Glenn. One sec. I don't think his mic's working. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I just took off my mics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't hear Glenn.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was me.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I mean, no Willian starts, right? Yeah, get that off the screen. Stop messing about me.
Oh, jeez,
Piss
I've
me
had
off.
enough of William. Jesus Christ. Get William nowhere near this team. I've heard a
Yeah.
rumor that apparently in his contract, if he's on the bench, if he don't start, he has to come on in his contract. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard rumors.
I mean, you never know, right? But at the same time, it's very easy to make up these rumors just to twist the knife, so to speak. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go with in terms of my prediction. We have no clue how Arteta is gonna play it, to be honest, because we're still getting used to him. We still don't know his habits, and we haven't seen enough of these situations where he has to make decisions around who he starts and who he doesn't. I mean, he did it with the FA Cup, I think, when we played Southampton, and then we played them again soon after. But that was Southampton, and it's completely different conditions. So circumstances rather. So I think we're just gonna have to be patient. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Man City win. Maybe we get the odd goal somehow, maybe a set piece or something.
I've never heard you say anything negative about an Arsenal result. That's the first one.
That's the first one. I mean, you have to accept it, but at the same time, remember, we could get a bit lucky. The last time Pep Guardiola's teams went on these like crazy winning streaks, like 13, 15 odd games with Bayern Munich, Arsenal were the ones to stop it. And that was under different managers, completely different conditions. But there you go. I mean, maybe it's third time lucky as well.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
What the hell happened? My mic was not on mute. What the hell happened? Anyway, probably Guardiola already playing his magic tricks on us before the game. So the home prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Man City win. Just
2-1, Callum?
I think they'll beat us as well. I hope. That's a prayer. I hope it's 2-1. I hope it's 2-1 to City because it could be bad. The way it's shaping, the way we go into these where we're playing well and then we go into playing this mediocre, slow build-up play. If we play like that, if we play how we played against Benfica, against City, they will tear us apart. They will tear us apart, and it will be horrible. And that's why I wanted the first leg to be over with, so we didn't have to deal with this. You know what I mean? We could. So let's just hope it's not bad. If we can get a draw, be perfect. If a draw would be a perfect result, a draw be the best thing. 0-0 or 1-1 or something like that. That would be the best thing that could happen. So let's hope we can get that.
Yeah, apparently they couldn't hear me, so I guess that tells you that the podcast should end very soon. But thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. No idea what happened anyway. Appreciate it. So where can they follow you?
Just the usual, guys. The way my the handle shows on the screen is how I label myself online on IG and on Twitter. So yeah, just follow me. I'll follow back, and let's talk football, man. I love talking about Arsenal. I actually do my IGTV reviews after each match day. I didn't necessarily do one yesterday because we had connectivity issues, but yeah. So after Sunday, we'll be talking more Arsenal, hopefully. So we'll catch you guys then.
Connectivity issues. I'm glad I'm not the only one experiencing connectivity issues. Callum, where can they follow you?
Harvey and G Show on YouTube. We try to get out football content, Arsenal content, so try to like and subscribe, So.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you guys coming on, man. HJ90 says, is that 6-0? Let's just ignore that for now. Let's just, they're not going to beat us. You know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to predict that everyone's still watching. Arsenal 3, City 3. Text me back on Sunday, any one of you. So, yeah, I'm very positive. And yes, you know what? Willian will definitely come in this game again, whether you like it or not. And I think he'll get an assist or a goal. I think he'll get an assist or a goal in this game.
You'll probably play up front.
Yeah, hold me on to that. I think he'll score an assist. Hopefully, it's not PES and FIFA or anything like that. So, yeah, go and check out Callum on his podcast with Harvey and Graham. Go check out The Home on his podcast, like 2 or 3 podcasts. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Everyone in the chat, HJ, Albert, Guna Express, RK, GGMU, I don't like Man United, Arsenal Fan Reviews, and everyone else who came on. Kenneth, thank you for all the comments. I appreciate it. Wolves and Leeds is playing right now. I think if one of the team wins or something like that, they'll get past us. So let's hope for a draw. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe. I'll catch up with you guys later.